We used to dream of a digital world, but now the digital world is invading our physical world. By 2030, 6G technology will have transformed our surroundings into a responsive, real-time interface with extreme spatial precision. We won't just be browsing the web anymore, we'll be living inside it. And today, I'll explain exactly how that will happen, step by step. Let's start with a simple question. What is a network for? Until now, the answer was to transmit data faster. 3G brought the internet to our phones. 4G made streaming possible. 5G reduced latency and connected millions of devices simultaneously. But there's a problem. All of this is still reactive. You wait for something to happen, then the network responds. You're in control, the network follows your commands. 6G completely changes this logic. It's no longer about consuming data faster, it's about manipulating the physical environment in real time. Think of a surgeon performing surgery remotely using a robotic arm. Every microsecond of delay between the movement of their hand and the scalpel can mean the difference between saving or losing a life. Today, it's not possible to do this safely. With 6G, however, it is. Why? Because current latency, even with 5G, is still in the order of milliseconds. That doesn't seem like much, but to synchronize the physical world, it's not enough. 6G drops below the millisecond. We're talking about 100 microseconds or less, and that's where the real magic begins. The physical world starts to respond as if it were a screen, no longer a collection of connected objects, an interface. But 6G isn't just about speed, it's something much deeper. 6G networks will operate in the terahertz frequencies, between 100 gigahertz and 10 terahertz. These frequencies are so high that they behave like ultra-high-resolution radar. Imagine you're in a room. There are no cameras, there are no sensors on the walls, yet the network sees where you are. It knows your location down to the centimeter. It knows if you're standing still or moving. It can even detect your breathing. How? Terahertz waves bounce off objects and return to the antenna. By analyzing how they bend, the network reconstructs a 3D map of the environment in real time. It's like having eyes everywhere, but without cameras. This is called integrated sensing, or ISAC, integrated sensing and communication. The same antenna that transmits data simultaneously perceives the physical space around it. We're no longer talking about passive connectivity. We're talking about a network that understands the physical world while communicating with us. If you're finding this video interesting, give it a like now. It really helps the channel and lets me know you want more content like this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. This kind of technology is going to change everything in the coming years, and you'll want to be among the first to know. Okay, let's pause for a moment. We have a world that the network perceives in 3D. We have latency under a millisecond. But who processes all of this? Who transforms the raw data into concrete actions? This is where what researchers call the software layer of the physical world comes into play, a system that translates every piece of information gathered by terahertz into a digital map updated in real time. You've heard of digital twins, virtual copies of objects or buildings used for simulations. But today, they're passive tools. You look at the model, make decisions, then apply them in the real world. There are manual steps involved. There's a delay. With 6G, digital twins become two-way portals. You act on the digital model, the physical world updates automatically. The physical world changes, the digital model reflects it instantly. An entire factory as a single piece of software, a building as a program you can rewrite, a city as an operating system. That's what programmable world means. Let's bring this all to life with a few examples. Robotics and remote surgery. With haptic feedback in under a millisecond, a surgeon in New York can operate on a patient in London while feeling the resistance of the tissues in real time. distance ceases to exist. Smart surfaces. Imagine walls that change their acoustic properties depending on the meeting taking place, or furniture that becomes nodes in a network and redistributes wireless energy throughout the space. This isn't science fiction. These are prototypes already being tested. Precision micro-positioning. 6G will allow thousands of drones, robots, and autonomous vehicles to coordinate in the same space without collisions, like a perfect ballet, orchestrated by the network itself in real time. The common thread? The network no longer just carries information, it controls matter. We've reached the heart of the matter. For decades, we've used the internet as a tool. You turned it on, did something, then turned it off. With 6G, there is no longer an offline state. The infrastructure is everywhere, always active, always aware. The question is no longer, how do I connect to the digital world? The question becomes, what kind of physical world do I want to live in? Because when the environment anticipates your intentions, adjusting the light, the temperature, the sound, even the objects around you, the line between executing code and manipulating matter disappears. It's an exciting vision, and it's also a huge responsibility. Whoever controls the infrastructure controls the environment. Whoever writes the operating system of reality writes the rules of the world. These are questions we'll have to answer as a society before technology overtakes us. But one thing is certain, 6G isn't just the next generation of wireless, it's the moment when code meets reality and the world finally becomes programmable. If this video got you thinking, share it with someone who works in technology, innovation, or policy, because these conversations need to start now. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment with your thoughts. Are you excited or worried about this future? See you in the next video.